G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is the Pepper Shaker in Fallout 4 and not Fallout 76. Evidently. The Pepper Shaker, just like its Fallout 76 iteration, is an interesting weapon because it's a heavy rotary barrel shotgun, which normally heavy guns with the rotary barrels are very high rate of fire type weapons, so you don't get that scatter shot effect, which means it sort of carves out its own niche for itself. So I think it works for Fallout 76. There's just a little bit of wackiness about it that sort of suits Fallout 76, but this thing is taken to another level. This Pepper Shaker mod features a lot more customization options than what you get for the Fallout 76 version of it. It also features custom animations as well, and you are utilizing the Vats system from Fallout 4, which makes rotary barrel weapons exceptionally powerful because you fire in 10-round bursts for relatively little AP. As for a direct comparison, yeah, this version is better than the Fallout 76 version, performance-wise too. I'd never really used the Pepper Shaker all that much, but I do remember that it's a pretty ordinary weapon. There's nothing really to write home about it there. It's outclassed by Gatling plasmas in Fallout 76, so it's more of a gimmick. Okay, so now we're past the, oh look, it's a Pepper Shaker in Fallout 4 part of the video. It's time to address this elephant in the room, or at least my elephant. I hate the name Pepper Shaker. It's supposed to be a unique weapon, but everyone and their mother has got one in Fallout 76, so the Pepper Shaker doesn't work. Plus, it's a stupid name in general. Like, why would you call it a Pepper Shaker? It's dumb. So, this mod has fixed it. The generic name for this weapon that's not unique is actually called an Adaptive Heavy Shotgun, or an ARS if you will. Very nice. That's such a better name. Why didn't they just call this the Adaptive Heavy Shotgun in Fallout 76? Well, honestly, the questions don't stop there, so I will not go down that rabbit hole, but that's such a better name. That's so much better. We'll be seeing the Pepper Shaker later, but for now, goodbye. Okay, let's talk attachments. We're going to do up our Adaptive Heavy Shotgun. First of all, we've got the receives, which takes a pretty standard vanilla approach to this, but if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you get the Ultra Sight receiver, which will give you the strongest damage and DPS, plus boost your range a little bit, which is handy, but it comes at a heavy perk cost, heavy gunner, signs, and gun nut at max rank required, but we've got those, so we'll apply that one. Next, we have the grips. We start off with this rubber grip, which will increase our accuracy somewhat. A leather grip will increase your accuracy by a further amount and reduce the AP cost per shot, which is pretty good for a rotary barrel weapon like this. You've also got a light grip here, which will reduce your weight and allow for fast aiming speeds, which, I mean, if you're hurting for strength, that's an option, but you're only reducing 1.1 pounds off this thing, off like a 40-pound weapon, so probably not worth it. I think the leather grip here is going to be the superior choice, so we'll throw that one on. And now we go over to the magazines. The shotgun magazine has a custom sound attached to it, but the rest of them use pretty much vanilla game sounds. This black powder magazine uses the 50 cal balls from the munitions mod, which is a requirement, or it's an optional requirement. You don't have to have it, but it's recommended that you do because, well, if you're a stickler for details, you want to make sure this thing is loaded with the correct bullets. Just like the 76 iteration of the Shaker, this thing is default chambered in shotgun shells, but you can also upgrade it to fire the fusion cells, which will turn it into a laser gun, and the plasma cartridges, which will make it fire plasma blobs, which curiously do less damage than the laser magazine. I feel like that's backwards, but what can you do about it? You've also got that patriotic black powder magazine that I talked about before with the 8 projectiles, but less damage per projectile. Okay, time for the shotgun talk again, because it's relevant here. So how shotguns work in this game, it divides this damage between all your projectiles, which means the sub damage that you're getting with these projectiles are going to be hitting against the full brunt of armor, which means anyone's armor when you're firing at them with a shotgun is going to be, or in this case with 8 projectiles, multiplied 8 times over. So you're going to be doing a whole lot less damage with this thing just because of its shotgun design, especially on very hard difficulty, where your damage is slashed in half before you even factor in any enemy armor. So we'll be looking for any armor penetration mods we can get to make this thing do more damage. Next up, we've got the harpoon magazine here, which will make it fire the Far Harbor harpoons, and you can use that for a cool infinite ammo trick. If you just fire at a wall and pick up all the harpoons, you can make more than one ammo out of one shot. And you've also got the Needler magazine, which has that all-important armor piercing about it. Plus, I think it's a reference to a Fallout 2 Needler pistol there, so nice little callback with that one. We've also got a Pyro magazine. There's some flame effects about it. It uses the flamer fuel to power that one. A cryo version utilizing the cryo cells and can freeze enemies. Very useful. There's also elite versions of the laser with this fusion core magazine and a plasma core magazine, which will do the most damage utilizing the plasma cores from munitions. And honestly, why wouldn't I go for the highest damage with this thing? Almost hitting 3000 DPS at this point, are very, very good. There's also an assortment of optics you can attach onto this thing, including homemade sights. You can have front ring sights, holographics, red dots, reflexes, short scopes, night vision scopes, and thermal IR scopes. All alive or dead bodies are outlined in white, which according to the mod author page, it works like a Tarkov, so I kind of want to check that one out, but not for this one. This is going to be a close range thing, and to reduce the AP cost, we'll go for something like a reflex sight. Superior aim time, a little less zoom than a standard red dot. We don't worry about zoom, we've got a scattershot weapon, so precision not really a requirement here. Next up, we've got a legendary effect provided by a legendary modification. Something like Bloodied would be funny, right? Because Fallout 76. And we've also got an extraneous attachment on the top. You can have a spotlight, the barb, so you can attach the extra little greebling things you can have on a regular old pepper shaker in Fallout 76, but you can have that removed if you want it to look a little bit cleaner. And you can also wrap the thing in armor plates, which will give you damage resistance. Also will increase the weight of this thing and reduces your aim time and accuracy, so worth thinking about. But for a tanking role, I mean, wrapping your weapon armor plating will result in less damage to you. Sure, that's cool, but I'll go for a spotlight because I think that looks kind of awesome on the front there. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Next, here's where it gets interesting because we've got the accelerators. So you can have a standard, a heatsink accelerator will increase the fire rate, so your DPS will go up a little bit. Also will increase the range on this thing slightly, which is sorely needed because 47 range is absolutely nothing. A long one will increase that even further to a really strong 273, so that's looking like a really good choice at the moment. You've also got an armored one, which will give you even more damage reduction for that tanking role, I suppose. A radiator accelerator, which will superheat your bullets, causing them to deal more damage, plus give you a little bit of extra range as well. You've also got a magnetic accelerator. The magnetic accelerator will fire bullets at supersonic speeds and reduce enemy armor by 50%, so obviously synergizes really well with the needler ammo, so that might be something that we look at to see if that's actually going to work out pretty well. But we'll go all out damage with this thing because this thing now sitting over 3000 damage with that boost in DPS. Like, why would I ever not choose that? This thing is going to be all out damage, I think, but I'm seeing other roles we can spec this thing to, so we'll have to test out and see what we can make of it. Okay, time to talk about the barrel. So we're starting off with a double barrel here. You can have a single barrel. Increased projectiles, going to reduce our DPS by a little bit. There's also a tri-barrel here. Slower rate of fire with a little bit increased damage, so better damage per shot, but less DPS overall. This pentabarrel will give it a almost Gauss minigun look about it, which I don't hate. Reduced AP cost compared to other barrels, which is great. Also, the rate of fire is going to boost the DPS by a little bit. Here's the quad barrel, very full at 76-esque, and the DPS on this thing is going up by 500, so faster fire rate, but slightly more recoil. Hex barrel will increase that fire rate even further again, and 4500 DPS. We're gonna cost ourselves a little bit of damage per shot, but can't argue with that DPS number. We've also got Pepper Box. Incredibly inaccurate, you only get one shot. Could crash your game, but really clears a room. It's hard to record gameplay when the game's crashing, so it's a hard sell, but I don't think we'll do that one. We'll go for all out DPS on this thing like I was going before. We'll attach this Hex barrel. I'm expecting big things out of this thing, so it better not let me down. Lastly, you've got the paints, and you've got Factory Fresh on now. You can have a worn version of that. Pretty nice. I do like the Westtech logo on the back there. It makes it look like it's a weapon that's, you know, feasibly existed, not something thrown together by Grahm in a meat-fueled craze or something. I don't know what happens in Meat Week, but it's all creepy. Have a green paint, army, woodland camo, winter digital camo, Gunner's paint, and green with the skulls on it as well. Very nice. And lastly, Brotherhood of Steel paint, which looks awesome. That is elite paint work there. I love it. Hopefully, in more updates, there'll be more factions because this is really good. I want to see more. I want to see Children of Adam. I want to see Operators Pack and Disciples. All of them. Railroad, Minutemen, you name it. I want to see it on the adaptive shotgun. Yes, not the Pepper Shaker. It's going to be hard not to call this a pepper shaker, I'll be honest. The adaptive shotgun features a tiered inject system. Firstly, you'll find it on super mutant bosses at level 25, but at level 30, super mutants that generally carry the miniguns can be carrying this thing. Brotherhood and Gunners and Raiders will get this thing at level 35. I assume it spawns into vendors at level 35 as well. Shut up, I'm talking. So you get it for pretty cheap too. 425 caps is nothing. Feeding it, that's your hard part. And you gotta spend a lot of money keeping this thing running. There are also some uniques around. The first one can be sold by Grahm, which you gotta find him in the Wasteland. You'll find him either at Somerville Place, Vault 81, Sanctuary, Grey Garden, Ten Pines Bluff, Greentop Nursery, Warwick Homestead. I've teleported straight to Somerville Place. I've just installed this mod, and lo and behold, here is this guy.
Grahm, ready to trade. Get your stuff right here.
Sounds pretty good for a super mutant voice, doesn't it? And the voice lines for the character are AI generated.
Tell me about yourself.
I mean, it's coming along nicely, this AI generation for speech. I'd complain about it, but I'm not an insipid little man. And going into his trade menu, we can buy the Pepper Shaker, which has the Kneecapper legendary effect. Very, very strong on a weapon with a high rate of fire and multiple projectiles. So, yeah, that is good. There you go. Pepper Shaker name redeemed, kind of. It's actually now unique, and it's going to be very powerful. Thanks, Grahm. It looks like we're about to see it in action, too. Let's see how it goes. Even the Moo-Moo's getting into it, kind of. So far, he's hit absolutely nothing. Oh, 1 damage. That's grim. I believe the term is food build, I think. Yeah. The next unique is located within the Boston Airport ruins. It's in that room where you follow Initiate Clark to find out he's been stealing all the supplies and feeding the feral ghouls with it. What an idiot. So we're out the back here. Map references here. You've already been here before. So Boston Airport. Just go around the back, find this door, step inside. The unique is actually located pretty deep within the cell of this place, but it's a pretty linear place, so I won't hold your hand, go all the way through it, but I will say, go through the parking section, go through the subway. After you exit the subway, you'll get into the room and you'll find these suitcases on the conveyor belts around. Go to the far side of the room and you'll find yourself the unique, and there's the spotlight from the Pepper Shaker or the adaptive shotgun. This one is called the Spitfire, and it's blue. It's got the A10 Warthog mouth shark on it, so that's neat. Last unique is located within Nuka World, specifically at the very top of the Starport Nuka Tower, which requires you to get a lot of them star cores, so a little bit of grind involved unless you want to cheese it with like TCL commands or anything, but once you're in here, you'll just find it leaning against the rail. There it is. Nice. Quantum Blaster with Nuka Quantum Ammo and a lot of damage. I wonder if you could modify this thing to make it fire faster. That'll be interesting, but yeah, I feel like this is going to be game-breaking. I might even put that pepper box barrel on it just to see if it crashes the game. Anyways, that's it. Let's go shoot stuff. Okay, we're finally here outside of Immersive Gunners Plaza. Here is our adaptive shotgun in first person, aiming down the reflex sight. You get a nice picture of everything, but like I said before, precision is optional, and check out that rate of fire. The spread and the rate of fire, both high. So imagine if I was to say zero in on 95% on someone's head and hit them with a 10-round burst with this thing. I think we're going to be just fine. A quick look at this thing in third person. It's got the standard animations for a minigun. Funny enough, the barrel will spin up faster than what it needs to actually fire, and the reload animation is pretty much the same as a minigun in third person as well. So here's the second one that I made. This one is Needler with the barrel. So we've got the magnetic thinger in between the barrel and the receiver there for armor penetration. Needler ammo for penetration as well. Factor of 75% if they stack truly. We've also the penta barrel for Vats efficiency, slightly less AP use, and the leather grip to go along with that as well. The sounds for the Needler is like that, and look how many projectiles they are. It looks like it's not a hit scan projectile too, so we'll have to be wary of that. Might have to lead our targets a little bit. Probably not the same powder and cartridge setup that we're used to seeing with the standard bullets, but it is what it is. Next up is super range version with this cool scope. This is the thermal scope, by the way, and it's kind of slightly undermined by the fact that I've got an overlay which doesn't give me terrible tunnel vision, but it looks like as soon as I look through the scope, it's in the nighttime dimension where everything's night. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime. So yeah, this, I mean, it has a lot of range, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get the spread down all that much, so sniper status might not be a thing with this thing, but obviously it's not what the weapon is built for. So it utilizes the same laser beams. The fusion laser beams, as it turns out. Gives you a blue laser. It matches the color a little bit, I guess, so that's nice. And, whoops, don't press that button. That makes me T-pose. Next, this is just the pepper shaker with the 50 cal balls in it. Again, doesn't appear to be a hit scan weapon, so that'll be fun to utilize. With the, what's the kneecapper legendary effect, I don't think we'll have too much trouble shooting people with this thing and getting them to stop in place. Next, we have the Spitfire, probably a reference to the planes during the Second World War, to come to think of it. This one is just loaded with shotgun rounds, and the magazine is only 30. It's not massive, but the rate of fire on this thing, I think, will more than make up for it. And lastly, we've got the Death Star itself. So the quantum thing, ultrasight receiver, and the pepper box barrel, and check out what happens when you shoot it. So you charge it up for a little bit, and you fire all of those projectiles, and oh my god, they reach all the way over there. And for some reason, this particular site has a massive amount of zoom in too, so I suppose we'll shoo the elephant out of the room and use this one first, but you might have noticed the outfit by now. This one's another one from Stellar Blade. It's called the Ocean Maid. For some reason, it's a security spec, this particular piece of swimwear, so there you go. Also, the cybernetics on it, I'll try to get to a shadow for a second just so you can see it. There's a little bit of glow maps going on, easier to see during the nighttime, but yeah, pretty cool. Okay. Let's get down to business, shall we? We'll use this one for now, and then we'll go back and use things that aren't exactly cheese. So we'll charge it up and fire the shots and just sort of carpet bomb the area. We'll test the limits of the creation engine today. The fact that they're surviving a lot of this is pretty scary. Obviously, it's not getting everywhere, but the spread on this thing allows it to be quite crazy. And I think it goes down in an arc as well, so I don't know if the trajectory is going to allow it to... No, they're going to fizzle out of existence, but that's pretty much the first area taken care of. And if we really want to drill the point home, well, there's a little thing we can do called Vats. Eat this! I've got no crits for some reason. A little bit unprepared, as it turns out, I suppose, but that'll be fine. This guy over here, 25% chance to hit, I think will be just fine. Really gotta make sure that I've killed him. Yep, I think I've achieved that. Okay, we'll put this one away. We'll come back fresh. We'll start using more grounded versions of this weapon. Okay, let's do a little bit of sniping at first. This probably won't really do much for me, but we've got a little bit of range for this thing. I don't even know if we're going to be hitting for that hard over this kind of distance. I suppose in this situation, fighting against a spindly little blood bug, well, this is a pretty half-decent weapon for it. Same sort of logic that you get with birdshot rounds, you're shooting birdies. The best I can say is that we're hitting stuff, and as they come a little bit closer, we should be starting to hit them a little bit harder. Okay, point blank range now. DPS starting to get a lot better. So did I just whiff a 90%? Oh, Mysterious Stranger shows up. He had a random gun. I didn't see what it was, but he is definitely a two-handed gun. Okay, let's go over to Plasma Face. Come on. Now we can get started. Excellent. Witness the spread. Alright. The good thing about rotary barrels in Fallout 4 is that you can burst fire them without having to charge up the entire barrel again. Oh, check it out. I've got all the weird blood effects because Vitor decides to make all of his clothes in full precision for some reason. Which means you can't have any blood effects on you that sort of bugs out and gives you like a checkered pattern. Just ignore that. That's fine. Okay. Time to really get this party rolling. So we'll go one for you, one here, one there, and you can have one too. Crit, dead. And this guy, we'll just have to reload and finish the burst on him. Enter crit town now. Yep, she's dead. And unfortunately, these projectiles not going to go through that because they are missiles and not actual bullets. Okay, let's go over to Needler Town now. Needler, here we go. So we'll have to see if we get better damage on these guys by virtue of just punching through their armor. It seems to be okay. Nowhere near as loud as the plasma variant. We just hop over this. Yeah, I think we're doing better with the plasma gun, but this one has a lot less recoil, so it feels a lot more controllable. Wonder if we can nail him from back here. Not quite. And if we do, we're not hitting him for much. That's fine. It's a shotgun. Okay, time for the pepper shaker. For reals this time. Sit down. There you go. Now that you're down, and you can see all the... Oh, am I actually shooting the 50 balls into him? Oh, the projectiles are sticking to him. Well, that's kind of brutal, isn't it? I think I'm killing them faster than I can cripple them. Which is fascinating, because I really thought that... Oh. All the projectiles appear to be saying... Well, that might explain why the frame rate is currently a tankin', because I don't know how many of these bloody projectiles that I've shot across the map. Okay, we're in Nerd Rage mode now. Let's go. Realize I haven't used this thing much in Vats either. Typically, rotary barrels aren't as great to use because you got double the wait time for charging up the barrel before you can fire. There's Invisible Headman again. He goes down. When he's crippled, we'll go behind him and shoot him in the back of his non-existent head. Brilliant. Okay, Spitfire time. Oh yeah, that feels good. Right, let's go from up top. That's less damage than I thought a crit would produce. Oh, come on now. Is that Node Rage again? Sure is. Oh, we've got to get down there. That's the thing about shotguns in this game. And I'm pretty sure every single mod follows suit with this. It just seems that every shotgun is just a glorified melee weapon. Oh, look, there's Rust Devils. How pleasant of you to join us. Well, this would be the perfect time to use one with a bit of range on it. Perfect. These guys aren't quite as tanky. We're able to see everything so very clearly.
Just chill out, asshole.
It's not happening. Okay. Well, we've all come full circle now, so I guess we'll just launch something up there. Didn't come up with much. I think they're behind a wall.
If they return, I will be ready.
The gunners still utilizing their synth replacements.
Detected.
Excellent. They go down. Now, there's only one person left in here. The rest of them have decided they're not going to bother. Well, could have predicted that happening at some point. Okay, one more thing. I want to get a proper gun fu run with this thing, so we'll jump up, and first of all, we'll try to take out that turret. Yep, that's one. Yep, and then we fall down. That's okay. We've got friends. And if you look closely at the AP bar whilst we're firing this thing, it's not actually eating up a lot. So provided we get many kills with this thing, and a bunch of Grim Reaper sprint procs, we should be able to indefinitely keep ourselves in this, and we're critting every shot now. So remember what I said about damage resistance? Forget that. Crits, ignore that. There we go. Okay, I'm glad that I remembered to do this, because this is honestly probably the best way you could extract damage out of this thing. Even at this range, we could probably have a decent crack at him. All these delayed Grim Reaper sprint things coming. And you could probably do this with lesser versions of the adaptive shotgun, but why bother when you're leaving damage on the table, right? Excellent. Okay, now we kill monsters. It's not going to be quite as good, but we're able to shoot them in Vats or something to do a whole lot of damage. Okay, now we're clear. And, oh, Tammie, you can't do that. Okay, the time has come for proper Fallout 4 Vats maxing. We're gonna get right underneath him. Okay, he's definitely hostile. And now we lay into him. Add crits for good measure. Look at that damage. Especially after the second shot when concentrated fire is revved up. And one more crit. This is nasty, nasty weapon when you get it going with Vats. I mean, this wasn't a factor back when the Pepper Shaker was first released for Fallout 76, but you could really do a luck-based heavy build in this game, and it'd work out really, really well. It's changed now in Fallout 76. They adjusted the AP values and all that, but wow, it was pretty awesome back in the day. They may as well call the Quantum Blaster the Rhino, the RYNO. Rip ya, a new one. Look at all the shots that I get in Vats. Now we wait. And funnily enough, oh, no, the explosions are still following him around. Wow. There's just never been a weapon quite like this one, I tell ya. Like, what else do I do with it? What's it like being on the receiving end? Hello, me. Meet the real me. Time to provoke fake me, who is armed with a quantum blaster, to shoot me with it. Boop, got your nose. And as expected, you fly to the ends of the Earth. Welcome to Captainoob's space program. Today we're going to be launching a satellite into orbit using a hex-barreled nuka blaster. So we'll just line up our target and, I don't know, we'll just go for a torso. We'll go for the sure shot here and go for a crit. As you can tell, the trajectory is a little bit off, but we're trying to adjust it as we're going along. It's Frozone out there. Excuse me. Get out of here. Prepare to die, ghoul, just as soon as his barrel spins up. There we go. Okay, we might have to rethink the calculations. As we all know, rocket science is extremely difficult. I just looked at the health bar and it jumped up. I think that was Curie's perk in action. Okay, time to use sniper version of this thing. It's not really sniper version, but I'm going to crit with this thing and see how we can do from back here. Not bad. Even from back here, you can really get a good roll of damage on. Concentrated fire, all these Vats perks are boosted that way. They're more ghouls. Do you just not see me throw your friend into the stratosphere? I think that would be good enough advice is to leave the blonde Sheila with the big gun alone. Like, honestly, these ghouls that did shit for brains are so Hello, dumb. I'm Mr. Beast, and this is Can You Kill Mirelurk's challenge. And then later we're going to harvest children's souls. Shut up, Discord, I'm talking. I don't know, I've never seen a Mr. Beast video before, but accusations that he's soulless, they're flying right now. Anyways, so we'll just toss a few nuka quantums down here. Best of luck, creation engine! Okay, we're keeping a lid on it so far. Fantastic. We'll just finish off the rest, I guess, and see what we can do. Unfortunately, these Mirelurk queens are big chunky fuckers, so they're not going to get launched. You know, I struggle to think of a weapon that is more overpowered than this. Like, this is, like, probably cheat territory.
Nice. Giant scorpion.
Oh, look at him with little beady eyes.
Just do what I say. You're coming with me.
See, it's the second time I've made friends with a rad scorpion down here, and I don't dare put my gun away because he'll turn aggro on me, but I think you get the idea. So that there was the adaptive shotgun of, like, heavy weight. It's interesting. I kind of messed around with the quantum one for a little bit too long in this video, but I had fun with it. So if you want to see this weapon in your game, check out the link in the description. I recommend it because, you know, the Pepper Shaker, for all of its quirky, weird faults in Fallout 76, I do think it makes a really solid weapon mod in Fallout 4. So I encourage you to download it because, well, like I said, it fills a new niche that the heavy guns don't do in the vanilla game. So there's some value to that, and you can mess around with this quantum one and potentially break your game, or, you know, give it to a follower and, you know, crash the game forever. Have fun with that. There's a lot of things I didn't cover, but I do encourage you to check it out yourself, like the harpoons and the flame effect thing as well. Just shoots a flame tracer bullets, but, you know, there's a little bit of things you can discover for yourself. But do check it out if you're interested. Link will be in the description. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Ready to go, Rad Scorpion friend? Yeah, we're good. See you next time. Goodbye.